because I believe ultimately this right here is everything that needs to occur. I think minus the last two that I put on the slide, that you need to attract the right kinds of people. And number one, be competitive. Like, for the people on my team that are watching this YouTube in the future, I need you to go on POL, look at competition scoreboard, search Virginia, search Maryland, search whatever state you're in, search your title or level, and look at recruits and look at premium. And compare where you are for the month versus where number one or top 5 at least, or top 10 at least, are in your state. Then go look at surrounding states. Then go look at the country, North America. See, I know where the number one regional leader in America is for recruiting right now. It's 40 recruits for the month. I know what hierarchy and who they are direct to. I know everything about the leader sheets. That is the type, and because I'm that way, I'm going to attract people to my business that are competitive. You have got to be competitive. Why do you want competitive people? Because casual people become casualties. People that don't want to be number one, in my opinion, these are just people that, you know, will put their name on a sale once every 2-3 months. They don't care. It doesn't matter to them. So, and you can't be that way. You've got to be competitive. Number 2, align your attitude, actions, and words with yourself. I think there's a typo there, but whatever you say, do that. Whatever you say, do that. If you expect everyone to show up to training, you show up to training, every single training. If you expect people to recruit X amount, you do that. And that kind of leads into number 3, which is leading from the front. Whatever it is that you want in somebody else, you must be that first. That's kind of where earlier, all we owe folks is an opportunity, an example, and an example comes in. It's just you are the example. You may not be the example for income yet, but you can certainly be the example for activity and results. Personally, you can only control 2 things anyways in this life, which is your thoughts and your actions. So if those are the only 2 things that you can control, might as well do it to the best of your ability as to create an example for someone else to come in and follow. Lead from the front, create an example, or hold yourself to that standard. Pick whatever you want in somebody else, you better do that twice as much, because they're only going to do half of what you do. I mean, seriously, if you want 10K producers, you got to do 15 to 20,000 personal sometimes, but definitely no less than 10,000 personal, or at least get in the ballpark. What's your record personal? If it's 5,000, do 6,000, 7,000, you know, push yourself, but definitely hold yourself to a standard. If you waver in your standard, guess what? They will too. Oh, I don't have to show up because I'm sick. To the virtual training that is not in person, where there's a screen separating you from somebody else and you're sick. Okay, which kind of actually leads into the next one. Pay the heavy price. I'm talking to me. I'm talking to Josh. If I'm sick, guess what? I'm still showing up. And by sick, I mean sick, sick. I have shown up when I am sick, sick. Okay, folks, people have showed up while they're pregnant. People have showed up while they're dealing with internal challenges within their family. Samir is going to leave a message to our base shop today that he told me about, that he's, and since he's doing it, I might as well say it anyways. You know, like he said his mother is out of the country right now because she's been taking care of his sick father for, I mean, forever. And, you know, that can take a toll on somebody. So Samir stepped in and said, don't worry, I'll take care of my dad. You go on a vacation, re-energize yourself, and I'll take care of it. You know why he was able to do that? Because he paid the heavy price and doesn't have a job. No one else in his family could do it because they have jobs. They can't take care of his dad during the day because they have jobs. He paid the heavy price to be available. Just pay the price. You pay it at restaurants. You pay. Look, we waste money on the craziest things, man. I heard that a Bad Bunny concert ticket is $1,000, $1,000, and people are spending money on that. And you can't even understand what the man is saying in his songs. And people are spending money on that. He's like, like that's what he sounds like in his, I'm not hating on him. Good for him. But man, like folks will spend $1,000 paying that's a heavy price for I don't even know, like, but won't show up to training to learn how to make $1,000 in an hour. I've done made $1,000 in an hour so many times. And folks won't show up to pay. That's the heavy price to learn how to make that type of money, right? But I digress. Pay the heavy price. Okay, you don't want to do a on a Friday night when all your friends are at happy hour. Okay, you don't want to wake up on a Saturday morning to do training. You don't want to prepare training the night before. Do you think Shondell and I love preparing training? We want to produce independent leaders that can prepare training so we don't have to. That's called paying the heavy price, right? You can't expect the reward if you don't pay the price. Accept and acknowledge your weak points without making excuses for them. Yeah, that's huge. See, we don't have enough independent leaders. This is our Shondell and I's weak point. We accept it, hence why we're training and focusing on it. Because what you focus on grows. We accept it. We're not like, oh, you're mean. You know, oh, he singled me out. Shaq singled me out. Samir singled Josh out. Thank you for singling us out because it led to a trip that I never thought I'd ever be able to take on my own. Thank you for singling me out. I accept and acknowledge my weak points. Thank you, coach. Number 7, own your decisions, actions, and their impact. Yeah, hey, if you go to sleep this whole month and recruit no directs and don't double-digit recruit and don't 10K produce, guess what? You won't make money. You won't build a business. Own that. But if you do, guess what? You know, Jim Rohn says it in a different way. Learn to take losses without complaint and wins without without explanations. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody when you win. and you don't have to complain or give excuses when you lose. Own your decisions. Do the work, obviously. That kind of goes back to pay the heavy price. Do the work. Not just Monday through Friday, but every day that you're not wealthy and haven't hit your goals. Do the work. I'm sure this is all stuff that Juan Carlos Guerrero is going to talk about to the winners tomorrow. Okay, because he does the work. He does it and does it and does it. 25,000 personal is what he's averaged this entire year. 20,000 plus personal as a regional vice president. When so many are resting on the laurels of the title regional vice president, JC Jr. is doing the work. Lord have mercy, is he doing the work? Not just on Monday through Friday, though. Listen and understand, okay? Everything, that's personal development. You can find books on people skills, seminars. Number 10, show up and perform when the month is on the, look, when everything's on the line, that's when you show up. For some reason, this is what I imagine when month end comes around. Like a bunch of insects scurrying into the wall of the hole of a wall. Kind of like, because you're nervous, like you just run for shelter. You don't want to be the person that runs for shelter when everything's on the line. That is not attractive. That is not what people want to be a part of. That's not an attractive environment. If you do that at the end of the month or at the end of the week, when you're supposed to be held accountable to your coach, folks will not want to join you. They can't count on you because you run away when stuff gets hard. You want to perform when things on the line. You want to say, give me the ball, coach. I can do it. And that's when you'll start attracting the right people. And then the last two, look, these are outside of what Shaq talked about. We're virtual now, guys. The change has been made. The transition has been made. So for those of you that are a part of a chat on Telegram, you need to understand that that is your environment. That's your environment. Of course, we do these Zooms, but the real environment is Telegram. Think of it as like visually like its own world. And you need to be posting something, anything, every single day. I mean, at least once a day, but preferably multiple times a day. That's energy. Energy. I never paid attention in school, man. So I mean, maybe Shondell can talk more about energy and how it's scientifically. I'd like to think that if I'm using my what's the word called, common sense, that an explosion is created by a lot of energy that's going on within that, thing, whatever that thing is. And without energy, if there's a little bit of energy, no explosion could happen. No explosion can occur with little bits of energy. So if your Telegram is dead, no one's posting, no one is telling anyone that they met somebody brand new today. I got one prospect today. I set one recruiting. I set a time to have a conversation with somebody about making more money. Okay. If no one's posting about that, this is a problem. That's a dead, what do you call that? A ghost town. That is a ghost town. People don't want to, I don't want to live in a ghost town. I want to go to Miami where things are popping. and everybody wants to be a part of that environment. That's your Telegram. I don't care what, if your Telegram is dead, see, Shaq has a district leaders and above thread, and all that's posted is results only. Dude, if you got no results going on, you need to tell your people, I mean, if you had a conversation with somebody and you didn't even get the number, post that thing. I got a name tag. I got a name tag. He works at Old Navy. Post it. Do it. Because I know that you're thinking about something business related as opposed to all this BS in the real world. And speaking of BS, you got to plug in daily, not weekly, daily to, you know, with the right people. And who's the right people? Anyone who has done what you want to do. Okay, I reached out to somebody. I don't know if you guys know who Jake Fruget is, but man, that guy is on fire. So perhaps I'm not capable. I mean, I am, but I don't want to directly reach out to Jake Fruget yet, because I want to be in the same air as him, rare air, before I reach out and have a conversation. So what I did was I did the next best thing, and I reached out to his right-hand man, who's a regional leader that he brought from nothing to something, kind of like Samir did with me. And that guy's my same age. And he's killing it in Jake Fruget's bait shop in Louisiana. So we followed each other for a minute on IG. I reached out to him, DM'd him. I think you guys have gotten the message. I've done it with Warren Power's son. I've done it with Juan Guerrero. I've done it with Edward doing 100 by 50,000, who's the same age in Florida. I've done it with a lot of people. It's like, I am interested. I'm, what's the word? Deliberate in my search to plug in with the right kinds of people. I talk to these people more than I talk to old friends, because they have what I'm looking for, an edge. That's what I'm looking for. And if you don't want to do that, at least plug into your upline, man. You reach out to your upline. Do not wait for your upline to reach out to you. You call your RVP. Your RVP should not be calling you. That's called babysitting. You should be reaching out to your RVP to learn what it is they have in their head. I want what's in Samir's head, because he made $37,000. Check this out. He made $37,000 last month. I only made $7,000 last month. He made $37,000. Very big. That's a big difference there. Big difference. See, most people at their dumb, stupid jobs are like, "Oh, I'm comfortable. I make $7,000 a month." That's like basically 6 figures, right? That's nuts, because $7,000 a month is not enough for you to stay in Florida and not have to come back. Samir can do that. Shaq can do that. I want what's in their minds. Therefore, I reach out to them. Don't wait for them to reach out to me. You know, I posted a picture, and I'll end on this, of Lelix on the beach, just sitting in the water on my Instagram. And I went to Samir's Instagram, and I looked at he has like 200 followers. Y'all go follow Samir, man. We need to get Samir's followers up on Instagram. But his whole profile is basically pictures of him on the beach. That's his Instagram profile. Is just Samir on the beach. And then I was like, wow. I looked at that picture. Then I looked at the picture I posted of Lelix on the, in front of me in the water on the beach. I was like, wow, they look the same. It's literally when they say duplicate, Samir has duplicated everything to an extent that he has done and is doing into us. And why? It wasn't because he was calling me day and night. It's because I was calling him day and night, wanting to learn and get what's in his brain. I appreciate you guys chiming in. Let's focus on creating independent leaders. Build your recruiting mindset. Go on SoundCloud, type in Primerica recruiting. Just whatever comes up, listen to that. Go on our YouTube, look at all our recruiting material. Become a recruiter today, become a double-digit recruiter, and focus on picking the cream of that crop and developing them into independent leaders, and you will create freedom and options within your life. Let's go set some appointments, gang, and finish April with a bang. Take care.